where true country lives.
It is 6 o'clock in the heart of the Texas Hill Country, and you're listening to Eat, Play, Live with me, Andy P., the show with goals. And our goal tonight is to feel fabulous, because beauty comes from the inside. And we're going to talk about ways to maximize that, because I want to help you live a healthier, happier, more balanced life. So as you encounter things, as you go through your day and move about in this world, think about this. If it doesn't make you feel fabulous, don't do it. Don't buy it. Don't wear it. Don't eat it. Don't keep it. There are so many things we do that we just don't even think about why we're doing it. So ask yourself, does this make me feel fabulous? You don't have to say it out loud if that isn't cool, but let that run through your mind and use that as a guide. So that's kind of what not to do. But for our show tonight, we're going to talk about what we should do. Eat, play, live. So let's start with food. All right. If you are going to have a healthy lifestyle when it comes to food, whether you want to lose weight or you're dealing with some sort of medical issue, or you just want to feel better, not have that thing in the afternoon where you just want to crawl in a hole and take a nap, well, you got to eat better. So one of the things, though, it's not always what you eat, but when you eat. Do you think about that? And this goes beyond not eating before you go swimming. Okay. That's a wives' tale. Don't worry about that. You can go swimming. But also, a lot of people say you can't eat within, say, 3 hours of bedtime. That's going to make you gain weight. There's all these schools of thought, right? Maybe you should eat little bitty meals throughout the day, all day long. Or intermittent fasting. Have you heard people talking about that? That seems to be kind of all the rage. I'm seeing a lot of people on Facebook that are experimenting with intermittent fasting. So let's pause on that one for just a little bit here. What does that mean? Okay. You can do it so many different ways, but generally what it means is you lump all of your eating into a certain block of time, like maybe a 6-hour window. So you only allow yourself to eat between the hours of 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. And then you go to bed at like 8:15 and try to sleep as late as possible because you're starving. But that's just my opinion. Or some people will break it up differently. Like they'll eat between 8 a.m. and noon and then fast from noon to 8 p.m. and then allow themselves a eating window from 8 p.m. until midnight. So that's another way to break that up for intermittent fasting. And, you know, I know people who've done this and who've had really good weight loss results with it. I've also talked to people, however, who say that it messed with their hormones, their metabolism, and that's kind of my thing. With any way that you're going about trying to trick your body, I just feel like that's going to backfire. You know, I did carb cycling for a while or keto. Keto's super popular. And for me, I felt like I was trying to trick my body, trying to force it into ketosis. And when you trick your body, it's just going to backfire. So then the minute I did go ahead and eat carbs, maybe it was a special occasion, I would blow up like a blowfish. So also not a fan of that. But what we're talking about tonight is timing of eating. And does it really make any difference at all as far as the health benefits and weight loss? Well, I'm just sharing my opinions with you because I am not a medical person and I am not an expert. But when you think about it and all the different weight loss things that are out there, whether you go through a doctor or a trainer or a nutritionist, they still don't agree. So who's to say I'm not right, right? All right. So let's go with that. So basically, my understanding is that when it comes down to it, it's calories in, calories out. That's what matters. If you eat more calories than you burn, you gain weight. If you burn more calories than you bring in, you lose weight. That's the nitty gritty. Now, there are things you can do. You can play with it and you can eat certain foods that help you gain muscle rather than fat. And you can eat certain foods that help you damage your heart. I mean, there are a lot of factors in here, but when it comes down to it, as far as throughout your day, it's calories in, calories out. So how do you even know how many calories are you supposed to have in a day? Well, I found a handy dandy chart and I put it on my Facebook. So if you want to look at the chart, you go to eatplaylive.andy. That's my Facebook page for this show, and you can see the chart. But an example is, say, a woman, 150 pounds, super active, could eat 3,000 calories a day. That is a lot. Whereas a woman who also at 150 pounds is very sedentary, 1,500 calories per day. So that is a huge range. That's 1,500 calorie difference depending on how much activity you get during the day. So there's just not a hard and fast, this is how many calories you should have, because it completely depends on what you're doing. And then for a man, for example, that range is 4,600 calories. This is so not fair, as usual, guys. But 4,600 calories for a man who is super active, as opposed to maybe 2,300 calories for a man who's more sedentary. So again, there's a huge range in how many calories you can put in your body and achieve the best results. So I encourage you to look at that chart and you decide where you fit on the spectrum and figure out how many calories you need to intake for whatever goal it is that you have. So if you want to lose weight, you figure out how many calories you burn per day and you eat less than that. It's pretty much simple as that. There's not a lot of math to it. And, you know, the thing is, when you talk about, okay, let's jump back to what time of day you're eating. So what I do, what I'm a fan of, is eating little bitty meals throughout the day. Okay, so I eat generally 5 times a day, all right? The thing that is beneficial about that is that you don't ever gorge and you're not ever starving. You have kind of a very static sense of just being okay, right? If something happens that prevents me from eating every 3 to 4 hours, you will know, because this girl will get hangry. And if you have not seen hangry, you don't want to, I promise. So, but my body has been trained. I've been doing this for a long time where I get up in the morning, I eat immediately. And now, what do you eat? If you're eating 5 meals a day, how are you going to keep your calories down? Well, they're small meals. Like my first meal of the day would be 2 eggs and maybe a tortilla or a very small bowl of oatmeal, like a third of a cup of oatmeal. Second meal, depending also on what time, if you're a worker outer, depending on what time the workout falls, that will dictate what time my meals are and what order they go in. So right after I work out, I will probably have a protein shake and some sort of little carb to boost that blood sugar while you're still burning a lot of calories. Okay, this is might be a little much if you're not doing a heavy workout. But what I'm saying is little bitty meals, break up, figure out how many calories you can have during the day. And you want to eat 5 times a day? Break it into 5. That's how many calories you get per meal. It's really pretty simple. And I have lots of meal suggestions. So if you have questions, feel free to message me on Facebook or Instagram, and I can help give you ideas for meals. I keep mine very simple. I like to cook 1 time a week. I cook all my meats, like on Sunday, and then I have it throughout the week. I have chicken, I have ground beef, I have tuna, whatever I want to have for the week of meals. Then you divide those up. And yeah, so what I was saying earlier about tricking your body, this is the flip side of that. This is teaching your body what to expect from you. And the great bonus of that is that I feel like it really helps your metabolism, because when you confuse your body by maybe going on a crash diet or even doing like the intermittent fasting, to me, your body panics because it doesn't know when you're going to get food again. So it slows everything down and hangs on to it. It's got to conserve, it can't trust you. But if you're feeding your body healthy food consistently throughout the day, then your system knows what to expect, knows how to process it. You become very regular. Is that too much information? But you know your body, and you know what to expect from it, and it knows what to expect from you. So that's why I'm a big fan of the just small meals throughout the day. All right. Now then, let's take a little break. I'm going to play a song now that we're talking so much about what to eat and when. I'm not going to say I condone what the Zac Brown band is singing about here, but it goes with it. And after this, we're going to talk about how to play and some movements that will make if you have too much of that chicken fried, those jeans are not going to fit just right. I'm just telling you. So that's what this show is all about, right? Eat, play, live. And now we're going to play. We're going to talk about movements that make you feel fabulous. All right. There is such a thing. I promise exercise does not have to be terrible. It does not even have to be really super difficult. In fact, there is a class coming up this weekend. I just saw this on Facebook at the Wellness Center here in Mason called Rev Fit. It's a free class they're doing at 9:00 on Saturday morning. And I just love this. It spoke to me. Finding joy in movement as you strengthen your body for a unique calling and purpose. How cool is that? So it's going to be a mix of cardio, drumstick cardio, and stretching. And if you are like me, you're like, what the heck is drumstick cardio? I had never heard of that. So I looked it up today. And let me tell you, it looks like so much fun. So I'm sure you've seen those giant rubber balance balls that you can like stretch on. You can do sit-ups on, roll around on them. Okay, well, they take those and they set it on a base so that it doesn't roll away. And they give you drumsticks. And you literally just drum until you can't drum anymore. It is not beautiful music. It's just crazy fun movement, and it looks like a hoot. So if I can get there this Saturday, I promise you I'm going to be there because that sounds like so much fun. And it's very adaptable for all ages, skill levels. Don't feel like, oh, I can't do this. Just go try it. All the classes at the Wellness Center, they're so awesome about adapting it to fit what you need. So do not be scared to go in there. Also over at Kinesio Fit, we got to share equal love here because they have some really good yoga classes. This is another movement. Today I want to kind of focus on movements that are not super like hardcore workouts. These are a little more gentle for your body, and yoga definitely falls into that. In fact, some of the benefits of yoga, in case you don't know, is that it very much improves your strength, balance, and flexibility. And I know we all need that. As we age, our balance becomes so important. You don't want to fall and hurt yourself. And being flexible. I mean, it's so important to keep moving and keep stretching those joints and taking care of your body in that way. Yoga can really help with that. If you have problems with back pain, yoga is really good for back pain relief. It can also ease arthritis symptoms. I don't know if you'd ever heard that. It improves your heart health. It's very relaxing and will help you sleep better. It can help you manage stress. I can vouch for that. Amen. I have done yoga frequently in times of high stress. You just get in that place, and it is so helpful, and get into your breathing, and I cannot even describe how helpful that is. So, and in that vein, it connects you with your breathing and just tunes you into your body. So it has so many benefits. So check out Kinesio Fit, and they have yoga, I think 4 different times during the week. So check out one of those times. They also have childcare, so it'll totally work for you. So if you know of other classes going on in or around our area, again, send those to me on Facebook. You can message me there or on Instagram, eatplaylive.andy. And I will give you a shout out. I want to know what's going on and encourage everybody. Wherever you go, whatever group you join, find a spot that just appeals to you, that fits your vibe, and you meet awesome people that are working toward the same thing. Oh my gosh, do not worry about being judged going into a gym. I hear, especially young girls, have this fear. And there's one young gal in particular, and she told me she was afraid to go into a gym because she thought people would laugh at her for even walking in. And that just makes me so sad because nobody is perfect. Nobody there is perfect. And I remember being the very uncoordinated, overweight girl in the back of the class trying to take these aerobics classes and step classes. And I would wear giant t-shirts to try to hide everything. And yeah, I would just hide in the back, and I was mortified. And gradually through the years, I worked my way up to the front of the class. I don't think I've taught the class yet. I've probably taught the class, but it changes if you just take that first step. Just don't be scared to take that first step. That is the most important step. You know, I've told you before, the major change is in your mind. Okay. Once you make that choice and that decision in your mind, then the rest, it's easy, baby. Just one step at a time. Just get out there. So, speaking of getting out there, there's a really cool event that I just found out about. It's coming up a week from Saturday. So the 20th, March 20th in Fredericksburg, there is an event called Wanderlust. I love this because, you know, I love to travel and I like these kind of events. It's a half marathon, or don't get scared, don't run away yet, a 10K or a 5K. So you can pick whichever one you want to do. You can run or you can walk. It's so much fun. Saturday morning. So if you want to do the half marathon, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. I got to admit, I'm kind of scared because I've told you I'm bartending on the side over at Lealoo. And running around there all night, I've been so sore. So the thought of doing that on Friday night and then getting up and being in Fredericksburg at 8 a.m. to run 13.1 miles, kind of terrifying, but I'm kind of stubborn, and so I'll probably do it. So, so if you want to do the half marathon with me, it's at 8 a.m., Saturday the 20th. The 10K starts at 8:45, and the 5K starts at 9 a.m. So they kind of spread it out there. They don't want everybody grouping together. And that way people will finish kind of, well, not really even close to the same time, because that half is going to take me probably 3 hours. It's going to take a long time. So anyway, but run, walk, whatever you want. Just come out. You can, well, I haven't checked. Check their website and see, just Google Wanderlust Fredericksburg and see if they'll let you take your pets. I know they'll let you bring strollers. I used to do it with my boys all the time. So come out. It's such a fun event. And it's really great to have a goal that you set. So if you've never done a 5K, set the goal. Walk a 5K. 5K is 3.2 miles. You can do that. Set that goal. And then set another goal from there. Just keep going. One step at a time. That's all it takes. So, since we're talking about playing and getting out and doing fun things, I think it is time for a dance break. And I have found an excellent song for our dance break. So if you're on my Facebook Live, I may dance. Just saying.
I've been working so hard. I'm punching my card. 8 hours for what? Oh, tell me what I got. I get this feeling times is holding me down. I'll hit the ceiling or else I'll tear up this town. Tonight I gotta cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, pour me off of my knees. Jack, get back, come on before we crack. Lose your blues, everybody cut foot loose. You're playing so cool, obeying every rule. Dig away down into your heart. You're burning, yearning for somebody to tell you that life ain't a passing you by. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you it will if you don't even Everybody cut for loose.
Oh, yeah. All right. I hope you had as much fun with that as I did. And if you are watching my Facebook Live, or if you tune in at some point, you will probably laugh hysterically because I did dance. Yes, I did. And I had a great time doing it. I'll probably be out of breath now for this last segment, but that is okay. I want to encourage you, dance in your home. Do you dance in your home? Dance in the kitchen. That is the best place. By yourself, with your kids, with your spouse, with your dog, whatever. Just, oh my gosh, dance in your house. That's so much fun. But before you can do that, you're going to have to clear the clutter. So that's what Live is about tonight. We're going to talk about decluttering, because whether it's your home, your head, or your heart, it is astounding what will flow into that space that's going to enrich your life. So let's talk about why decluttering is good for your health. Yes, I'm not kidding. It's actually good for your health because it will alleviate stress and anxiety. You know that all those piles are stressing you out. And think about this. It actually reduces household allergens, okay? So think about the stuff that's sitting around in your house, not being used, gathering dust. There's pet hair all up in there behind it, whatever. That stuff is allergens. And once you just get rid of it, there you go. It's not gathering that dust anymore. Also, just a reminder, when's the last time you checked and changed your air filter? That will also help. It has nothing to do with decluttering. Yeah, I guess a cluttery air filter. Anyway, just a little side note there. Clean that out. So decluttering will improve your mental health. And I know we can all use some of that. Clutter can actually lead to depression because often we blame ourselves for letting it stack up, and then we feel guilty about not being more organized. So it just kind of feeds on itself and makes you feel worse about everything that's going on in your space. Once you clean up, completely facilitates productivity. So whether it's your home office, many of us have home offices now, or your workspace, whatever your workspace is, cleaning that out. When you get to work in the morning, clean your desk. First thing, before you do anything else. Well, get coffee first. Clean your desk. And before you leave at night, clean your desk. Clean your space. It will help you be so much more productive. It just opens up that area in your brain. Also, decluttering allows you to get a good night's sleep, especially if you keep clutter in your bedroom. Like maybe clothes, laundry that needs to be folded and put away. All those piles, get that out of there. You don't need clutter in the place where you are supposed to be the most relaxed. It is supposed to be your sanctuary and safe haven. So don't be cluttering it all up. If you have a project for school or work, don't have that in your bedroom. That is not the place for it. You find a better workspace for that. Also, decluttering can relieve financial pressure. How about that? Because once you get rid of stuff, it makes you a lot more aware of what you're bringing into your home. Okay. Once you've cleaned it out, you don't want to buy a bunch of tchotchkes because they're just going to add that clutter back in again. So you're not spending money on random little stuff. You're just much more aware of it. So I want to tell you about a little game that I played. My cousin and I did this challenge. And it's called the Minimalism Game. I don't know if you've ever listened to the Minimalists. They have an awesome podcast. And I'm not saying you need to go that far. They're very minimalist. But this is an excellent exercise. So I like to do it at the first of the month. Okay, so you pick day one. Say, let's start in April. April 1st, you get rid of one thing. April 2nd, 2 things. 3rd, 3 things. I think you're catching on to where we're going with this. How many days are in April? Okay. Once you start getting toward the end of the month, you are getting rid of so much stuff, but it becomes really fun. You start thinking, what else can I do? What else can I get rid of? Oh my gosh. I got rid of, get under your sink in your bathroom. Ladies, the old makeup that you've been keeping down there, you start throwing that out, chunking it. It feels so good. You decide what you want to do with the things you get rid of. You can give them away. You can have a garage sale. You can gift them to somebody. The most fun thing I did during the whole minimalism game is I went through all my old jewelry. And this isn't good jewelry. This is stuff I bought from girls that had jewelry businesses, and I'd go to their parties and buy a bunch of stuff, So it wasn't expensive jewelry, but it was cute. It was just taking up space, though. I can't wear it all. How many necklaces can I wear, right? So I counted them all up, and I had 99 pieces of jewelry. So that counted for don't do the math on this, but basically day 27, 28, and 29 of the month. I got 3 days worth out of old jewelry. And so I took it, I worked in an office where there were a lot of other women. I took it all to work and I set out a table. I set all the jewelry out on a table and I sent an email to every woman I worked with. And I said, there is free jewelry on this table. And you should have seen them come running. It was so much fun though, because jewelry that had been sitting in my jewelry case gathering dust for who knows how long. I would see one of my coworkers coming in wearing her new earrings, feeling so good. And it made me feel so much better to see someone else enjoying that than it ever would have meant for me to wear it one more time. So I encourage you, if you want to take on that challenge, try the minimalism game and you will be amazed at the stuff that you clear out and how much fun you can have doing it. And it is really fun when you do it with a partner because you can kind of hold each other accountable and give each other ideas. There's days where it's kind of hard to think of what else am I going to clear out here? But there's stuff. I promise you can find some stuff. So like we said in the beginning, if it doesn't make you feel fabulous, don't keep it. Just let it go. I am so glad that y'all joined me here tonight. This has been a really fun show tonight, especially the dance break. I want to close reminding you never to be afraid to try something new because life gets boring when you stay within the limits of what you already know. All right, join me right here next week on Eat, Play, Live, Thursday at 6 o'clock. I can't wait. Until then, let me leave you with a song to get us to remember that it is a great day to be alive.
In the microwave, got a 3-day beard I don't plan to shave, and it's a goofy thing, but